The air is filled with a specific kind of electricity right now. It is a frantic, hopeful, desperate hum that vibrates through our cities, our digital spaces, and the quiet corners of our own minds. You can feel it. It is the collective energy of millions of people simultaneously agreeing to participate in a shared hallucination. We look at a calendar, we see a number change from one integer to the next, and we convince ourselves that a portal has opened. We convince ourselves that the person who wakes up on the other side of midnight will be different fundamentally, chemically, spiritually different from the person who went to sleep. This is the ritual of the new year. It is the annual worship of the future self. And it is, perhaps, the single most refined mechanism of self-deception we have ever invented. Before we walk down this path, I need to ask something of you. I need you to understand that what we are about to discuss is not a list of productivity hacks. We are not here to discuss how to stick to a diet, or how to organize your journal, or how to hack your dopamine receptors to sustain a gym habit. If you are looking for a quick strategy to optimize your January, you will not find it here. This is a long road. We are going to walk it slowly. We are going to walk it deliberately. Because the ideas we need to confront ideas about time, recurrence, the structure of the ego, and the terrifying weight of freedom cannot be consumed in a bite-sized format. To rush through this is to miss the point entirely. Philosophy, in its truest sense, is not the accumulation of facts. It is the slow erosion of illusions. And erosion takes time. It requires us to sit in the uncomfortable silence where our justifications usually live. So if you can, turn off the distractions. Put away the urge to speed this up. Let us simply be here in this inquiry for as long as it takes to reach the bottom. Let us begin with the official story. It is a seductive story, one we tell ourselves every December. It goes like this. The past is a heavy coat that can be taken off. We tell ourselves that the failures of the last 12 months, the broken promises, the wasted hours, the stagnation, the guilt are contained within a distinct unit of time. We treat a year like a container. When the container is full, we seal it, put it on a shelf called the past, and we open a fresh, pristine container called the new year. This feeling is intoxicating. Psychologists call it the fresh start effect. It is that sudden burst of clarity and motivation that comes when we encounter a temporal landmark. A birthday, a Monday, the first of the month, and the king of them all, New Year's Day. In this moment, the gap between who we are and who we want to be seems momentarily bridgeable. We visualized a version of ourselves that exists in this new container. This version is disciplined. This version wakes up early. This version writes, creates, exercises, and speaks with kindness. This version is not haunted by the lethargy that plagues us now. We write our resolutions not as plans, but as incantations. We believe that if we write them down with enough conviction, we are summoning that new person into existence. We are scheduling a personality transplant for January 1st, and for a few days, or perhaps a few weeks, it works. The sheer novelty of the effort sustains us. We feel high on the possibility of change, but then the inevitable happens. The atmosphere shifts. It is usually a Tuesday in mid-February, or a gray morning in March. The alarm goes off and the new you doesn't answer. The person who wakes up is the same person who went to sleep in December. The same neural pathways fire. The same emotional triggers engage. The same aversion to discomfort rises in the chest. The fresh start has evaporated, and all that is left is the machinery of your old self, grinding exactly as it always has done. Why? Why is this failure so predictable, so universal, that it has become a cultural joke? It is because we have fundamentally misunderstood the nature of time and the nature of the self. We treat time as a line that we move along, leaving our old selves behind like shed skin. But the self is not a snake shedding its skin. It is a snowball rolling down a hill. It accumulates. It gathers. Every thought you have ever had, every action you have ever taken, every silence you have permitted, it is all there, packed into the momentum of who you are right now. You cannot step out of this momentum simply because the calendar changed. The calendar is a social convention. It is an arbitrary grid we place over the wild, fluid chaos of existence. The universe does not know it is January. The trees do not know. Your body, in its cellular wisdom, does not know. Only the ego knows, and the ego is a liar. We must go deeper than this. We must move beyond the psychology of habit formation and touch the philosophical bedrock of why we cling to this delusion. We cling to it because we are terrified of the alternative. We use the new year as a way to escape the now. We live in a state of perpetual postponement. We say, I am not living the life I want yet, but I will when the new year comes. This allows us to tolerate a mediocre or painful present. It acts as a pressure valve. If we believe salvation is coming on the calendar, we don't have to face the existential horror of our current condition. We treat the present moment as a waiting room, a temporary inconvenience on the way to the main event. But what if there is no main event? What if the waiting room is all there is? This brings us to one of the most challenging and terrifying thoughts in the history of philosophy. It comes to us from Friedrich Nietzsche. It is a concept that if you truly let it in, if you truly let it bypass your intellectual defenses and strike your heart, will shatter the new year. New me delusion forever. He called it the eternal recurrence. I want you to try to visualize this. Close your eyes for a moment if you can. Imagine that this life as you are living it right now, not the fantasy life you plan to live next year, but this life must be lived by you again. And not just once, but again and again, and times without number. Imagine that a demon creeps into your loneliest loneliness and whispers to you, this life as you now live it and have lived it, you will have to live once more and innumerable times more, and there will be nothing new in it, but every pain and every joy and every thought and sigh and everything, unutterably small or great in your life, will have to return to you, all in the same succession and sequence. Think about what that means. It means the alarm clock ringing on that gray Tuesday in March. It means the moment you broke your resolution. It means the guilt you felt afterward. It means the boredom, the heartbreak, the specific texture of the ceiling you stare at when you cannot sleep. It means this very moment right now, listening to this voice. Everything returns. The hourglass of existence is turned over again and again, and you with it, indistinguishable from a grain of dust. If this were true, and Nietzsche proposes we must live as if it were true, How does your New Year's resolution look now? The New Year, New Me fantasy relies on the idea of escape. It relies on the idea that the future will be different from the past. It relies on the linear progression of time where things get better, or at least things change. But the eternal recurrence strips away the escape route. It bends the line of time into a circle. It says there is no new you waiting in the future. There is only the you that is acting right now. And if you are acting in bad faith now, you will act in bad faith for eternity. If you had to live this year over again exactly as it was, would you throw yourself down and gnash your teeth and curse the demon who spoke thus? Or have you once experienced a tremendous moment when you would have answered him, "You are a god, and never have I heard anything more divine"? Most of us, if we are honest, would despair. We are banking on the idea that this year was a rough draft, and next year is the final copy. But the recurrence dictates that the rough draft is the final copy. You are writing it in permanent ink, in real time. This perspective is heavy. It is meant to be heavy. It is meant to crush the frivolous optimism of the resolution. It reveals that our obsession with the new year is actually a form of life denial. We hate the way we are, so we fantasize about a way we will be. We sacrifice the reality of the moment for the ghost of the future. When we look closely at the mechanism of the resolution, we see that it is often driven by a subtle form of self-hatred. We look in the mirror and we do not see a human being worthy of care. We see a project that needs management. We see a broken machine, and we think, if I just apply the right inputs, the gym, the diet, the meditation app, I can fix this machine. But this approach is doomed because it reinforces the very split that causes the suffering. It creates a judge and a victim within the same mind. The judge sets the resolution. You must run 5 miles every day. The victim, the tired, stressed, imperfect human animal, tries to comply, but eventually the animal falters. It gets tired, it seeks comfort, and then the judge attacks. The internal dialogue turns vicious. You are lazy. You are weak, you always fail. This internal war consumes massive amounts of energy. It is exhausting. And what do we do when we are exhausted? We seek comfort. We return to the old habits, the junk food, the scrolling, the procrastination, to soothe the pain of the internal war. And thus, the resolution actually causes the relapse. The attempt to force change creates the friction that prevents it. We are caught in a cycle of oscillation. We swing from indulgence to restriction, from chaos to rigid control, from old me to new me. We think this oscillation is movement, but it is not. It is just vibration. We are vibrating in place, burning our lives away in a fever of good intentions and inevitable crashes. So, where does this leave us? If the calendar is a lie, if the future self is a ghost, and if we are trapped in the momentum of our own recurring patterns, is there any hope? Yes, but it is not the bright, shiny hope of a marketing campaign. It is a colder, harder, more durable hope. It is the hope found in the Stoic concept of amor fati, the love of fate, to break the cycle of the New Year delusion. We must stop looking at the calendar and start looking at the structure of our attention. Change does not happen in the future. The future is a concept. It is a thought you are having now. Change can only happen in the present. But to change the present, you must inhabit it fully. You must stop using the future as an escape hatch. You must accept the person you are right now with a radical, almost aggressive acceptance. This does not mean resignation. It does not mean saying, I am lazy, and I always will be. It means saying, in this moment I feel resistance. In this moment I am the person who wants to give up. You acknowledge the reality of the terrain. You cannot navigate a forest if you are looking at a map of a desert. You must look at the forest. You must see the mud, the tangled roots, the darkness. Nietzsche's test of the eternal recurrence is not just a nightmare. It is a tool for selection. It asks us to live in such a way that we would be willing to repeat the same life eternally. This changes the criteria for our actions. When you are about to make a choice, whether to pick up the book or the phone, whether to speak the truth or a convenient lie, whether to endure the cold or seek the warmth, you do not ask, will this help me achieve my New Year's resolution? That question is too weak. It allows for bargaining. It allows you to say, I'll skip today and make it up tomorrow. Instead, you ask, is this an action I am willing to perform for eternity? Am I willing to be the person who chooses distraction over depth, not just once, but forever? Am I willing to weave this moment of cowardice into the eternal fabric of my return? Suddenly, the stakes are infinite. The trivial decision becomes a monumental one. There is no tomorrow to fix it. There is only the eternal now. This removes the bargaining. It removes the fresh start. It forces you to realize that every moment is a fresh start, and simultaneously, every moment is a verdict. This is a terrifying responsibility, which is why we prefer the resolutions. We prefer the calendar. We prefer the delusion that January 1st washes us clean. But it does not let us trace the consequences of this shift in perspective. If you stop waiting for the new year, you are forced to confront the void of the present. You are forced to feel the discomfort you have been running from. This is painful. It is the pain of waking up in a bright room after sleeping in the dark. But in this pain, there is reality. And only in reality can true transformation occur. Real change is rarely loud. It does not announce itself with a party and a countdown. Real change is usually quiet. It is a subtle shift in the angle of the soul. It happens when you are washing the dishes, or stuck in traffic, or sitting alone in a room. It happens when you catch yourself about to run the old script, the script of anger or pity or addiction, and you pause. You notice the script, and for the first time, you do not recite the lines. You stand in the silence instead. Thus is the great noon that Nietzsche spoke of. The moment of shortest shadow. The moment of perfect alignment. We must also dismantle the idea that change is an addition. We think new year, new me means adding things, adding muscles, adding skills, adding wealth. But true philosophical growth is often a process of subtraction. It is via negativa. It is chipping away the marble to reveal the statue dot. It is not about becoming a new person. It is about ceasing to be the false person you constructed to survive. It is about unbecoming. It is about letting go of the need for approval that drives your ambition. Letting go of the fear that drives your busyness. Letting go of the numbing that drives your consumption. When you subtract the illusions, what is left? What is left is a nakedness. a vulnerability, a quiet, steady presence that does not need a calendar to justify its existence. As we move deeper into this understanding, we have to look at the practical application of this philosophy. How do we live this? How do we navigate a world that is obsessed with quarters, fiscal years, and annual goals while maintaining this internal stance of the eternal return? We do it by becoming dual citizens. We live in the world of the calendar, we pay our taxes, we show up to meetings, we wish our friends a happy new year. We do not become ascetics or outcasts. But internally, we hold a different citizenship. We know that these dates are masks. We know that the real work is the constant, moment-to-moment alignment of our will with reality. We replace resolution with standard. A resolution is a wish aimed at the future. I will lose weight. A standard is a rule applied to the present. I am a person who does not eat poison. A resolution relies on motivation. A standard relies on identity. When you adopt the view of the eternal recurrence, your standards become non-negotiable. You are not trying to get somewhere. You are trying to be someone. You are trying to be the person who can look the demon in the eye and say, yes, I will do this again. I will live this moment again. This brings a solemnity to your life. It removes the frantic, scattered energy of the New Year rush. You stop sprinting toward a finish line that doesn't exist. You slow down. You start to pay attention to the texture of your life. You realize that the way you drink your coffee is your life. The way you greet your partner is your life. The way you handle a frustration at work is your life. There are no filler episodes. There is no montage sequence. Every frame of the film is essential because every frame is eternal dot, and here lies the hidden personal impact of this realization. It can cure the loneliness that sits at the bottom of the modern soul. Why are we so lonely? Often it is because we are estranged from ourselves. We are constantly trying to be someone else, someone better, faster, richer, thinner. We are never at home in our own skin because we are always mentally inhabiting the future self. We leave our current self abandoned in the cold, while we fantasize about the warm house of the future. When you stop the New Year delusion, you come home. You return to the present self. You look at your flaws, your scars, your history, and you say, this is it. This is the material I have to work with. There is no other shipment of materials coming. I must build with this. There is a tremendous relief in this. The war ends. The exhausting effort to be someone else ends. And in that silence, true agency is born. You can begin to build, not out of self-hatred, but out of self-stewardship. You build because you are the architect of your own eternity. So, as the world around you explodes in a frenzy of resolutions and promises, as the gyms fill up and the planners are bought, and the social media posts declare the arrival of a new era, I invite you to stand still. Do not resolve, reflect, do not plan, perceive. Step out of the rushing river of linear time and stand on the bank. Look at the water. See that the water flowing past is the same water that flowed before. Ask yourself, if this year were to repeat, day by day, hour by hour, exactly as it is about to unfold, based on the trajectory of who I am right now, would I be terrified? If the answer is yes, do not panic. Do not rush to write a list of goals to fix it. Just hold the fear. Let it be heavy. Let it weigh you down until your feet touch the solid ground of reality. That weight is the anchor you have been looking for. The calendar will flip. The numbers will change. The noise will rise and then fall. But you will remain. You are the constant. And the only newness available to you is not found on a date, but in a depth. It is found in the sudden, shocking realization that you are free right now to act in a way that you would be willing to repeat forever. The door to the new is not in January. It is in the now, and it is always open if you have the courage to walk through it, not as a future version of yourself, but as exactly who you are. The demon is waiting. The question is asked. The hourglass turns. How will you answer